We'll have to play that clip. When I turned around, I had two hot spots up here around that tree, and just heard that hooah. See if Jonathan's still on. There was something going on back in there.
Hey! Hey! What you got?
Once we got cell phone service back from leaving Research Area 2, I was on the phone talking with Mr. Steve Coles. Now, Steve and I had talked several times throughout the year at the Hocking Hills Bigfoot Festival, at the Pennsylvania Bigfoot Campout, and he was well aware that I wanted to spend extra time in that area that we was in last year when Jen and I made our first trip to Whitehall. Joining us would be two of my favorite researchers, Brian and Chewy. We met down in Florida. Brian is a great guy to be out in the woods with, and he's one of those people that can cover land. And of course, so can Chewy. He's got four-wheel drive. And really, Brian and Chewy with Jonathan, those guys can just cover all kinds of land. Um, they are what I classify as the horses that can really go out there, do the long distance thing. Mid-range people like myself, and then you have campsite people that are great at um, going through the data and getting a feel for what's going on around the immediate campsite, because campsites usually have a lot of activity. And that's how, if I got a group of people, I like to do things. And just think of it like a bullseye pattern. All right. But Brian and Chewy would be joining us. Along with him would be Evan and Katie. Now, Evan and Katie I met last year at this research area. A little bit of the story. Uh, we had just gotten to the campsite uh, when it was noticed that my cabin lights were still on in my truck. Evan and I, with Katie, were going back out to the parking area to turn off my cabin lights. That's when Evan noticed a thermal signature down the road, and he went down to check it out. I didn't have a thermal at the time, so Katie was standing there with me, and at about right in there is when Alex Petikoff and Eric Swanson came out, asked what was going on, told them. Uh, Alex hit the thermal, whatever was giving off the thermal signature with his camera, and they went down to check it out. That's when Eric Swanson caught the whoop. Um, at the meantime, Katie and I were still standing in the middle of the road. That's when we had the large bird fly over our heads. It wasn't an owl because we could hear the wings flapping. And it was kind of unnerving to hear something that big flying that low over your head. And, at that point, we had heard the whoops as well. And when I say whoops, there was two of them. There was one down where those guys were, and there was one that came from the woods off my right hand shoulder across the road away from the campsite. I'm sorry, I got to have a drink. Now, this year when we got there, traveling with Jim was there at the site. We had met the year prior at Whitehall. Of course, we met in the dark, so we have no idea who each other was, and nor would we have any idea until the next night. You would find out that, I'm Trackway, Mrs. T, and Jen, and Sasquatch Wizard down Arondax. And that's the thing, you don't really get to know people by their first names doing this. You learn them more by their YouTube handle. So, but Jim's a great guy to hang out with. Um, just fabulous researcher. And he had brought a friend who, unfortunately, I did not write down his friend's name. He had a Bigfoot story, very compelling story, I thought. Um, and he joined us. Now, spending the night there would be myself, Mrs. T at the campsite area, Brian and Chewy, Jen, Jonathan, Evan, Katie, Jim, and his friend would be leaving. So that's who's going to be there all night long. So, in talking with Jim, we thought, well, if I check the other campsites, um, we could, kind of expand our footprint there and have more land, which is an idea. So, Mrs. T and I hopped in the truck and we went down to the next campsite. Now it's getting twilight, and as it turned out, as we checked the other campsites, they just weren't going to work out. They're farther back in the woods, rocky trail. I've only got one good leg, or something of that nature. All the campsites are well off the road. But we went to this campsite, and it becomes important later on. As we come down, you would basically come down like the right side there, and then you cross that brook to get over to the campsite proper. Looked like there was a clearing back behind it. And when we got down there was at least two animals down there. What they were, I don't know. Being a deer hunter, I thought deer first. Um, Given the amount of noise the animals were giving off, that thought of it being deer switched to bear. And unfortunately, I didn't have a camera with me, which is strange for me. I didn't have a sidearm on, and I didn't have my bear spray. And with it getting dark, and we still needed to set up camp for the night, um, we backed out of there. I mean, we sat for a little bit trying to see whatever it was, if it would give us like a leg or something, just to figure out what the heck was making so much noise. A lot of uh, leaves breaking, but trees being shook, stuff like that. But no secondary sounds, no deer grunts, no deer bleats, none of that uh, teeth chomping that bears do. So we backed out. And like I said, this campsite's actually going to play a role later on in the night with Jonathan, Evan, and myself. Now, the first thing you're going to hear is going to be sounds of a barred owl. This came from the parking lot area. The reason I captured it and presenting it is I want you to know that, barred owls do more than that. Who cooks for you? There's the caterwaul, there's the scream, there's the clucking. So just wanted to present that, and then we're going to go into the video proper. And with that, thank you for your patience. This has been a long video to make. A whole lot of parts in this. Uh, those are the other two campsites. The campsite that we're in, I had a lot of audio. As you're looking at the drawing there, at the top is the road, the parking lot area. At the bottom is the campsite proper. And if you look in there, you'll see like AG1, 2, 3. Those are audio groups, areas that, I ran audio recorders around nonstop. There's a couple extra people written on there that'll be staying with us actually the following night. But, between the audio recorders, the video equipment, I was able to tell where everybody was. And that becomes important trying to figure out a couple things later on. Just heard a barred owl scream. Ready when you are, Wilma. Or, yeah. Down some of this.
Bring the chairs back there? Oh, yeah, plenty of room. Oh no, throw the chairs back in there. I'll do that when we come back up, I guess.
Okay. Where I can,
if I don't need to haul them down there, I won't.
I mean, I can grab them one if you want. I can grab them both.
Not a big deal. I'm just like, if we don't need to set them up, I'll just drag them down tomorrow.
Hand me the other.
Yeah.
I got them.
Sure. You can carry stuff all day.
Me and bulk. Me bulk and strong.
Okay. Well, yeah. It's clear that way.
Go this way. It does. It just got to take a left at the rock. I can put some chem lights out later on. Oh. All right.
Cool.
Mine was Thanksgiving, well, the night of Thanksgiving 2018, and I was driving in town from Nottingham, New Hampshire, and I seen my parents.
The fire pit. Oh yeah, he's super curious about the fire pit. Alright. I don't know if Steve does them. I don't know, to be honest with you.
Who?
Do you guys care if I try one out?
Wood knock?
No, go ahead. Jonathan, that was us.
That was loud.
Yeah, everybody missed the trees when we all pulled in.
No, I heard those.
Did you?
Yeah, we woke, Kate and I woke our nose when we were shutting the doors. I thought it was someone else.
Yeah, there was a wood knock.
How many?
Just one.
One.
Turning it off and then turn it back on. There is something moving down there.
Straight ahead.
Yeah. But I don't know.
That's me.
I know Jonathan's down that way, but I don't know where Brian and Chewy are.
They're in the car. He's napping.
Oh.
How fast is Johnny that far?
Can you see that?
Vocalization?
Yeah.
Yep.
How fast is Johnny that far?
Can you see that?
How fast is Johnny that far?
Can you see that?
Vocalization?
Yeah.
Yep. You push the right button. Or excuse me, push the left button. Till it turns on. There's movement down there.
That sounds like walking. Could be a deer or an animal. That's definitely walking. Can you guys hear all that down in there?
110. Yep.
What's that?
110. Yep.
Not yet.
I got a thermal hut.
Cars?
So when I first saw this uh, thermal video, I thought that that was Evan standing next to Jen's car. But upon synchronizing everything, and as you heard, um, Evan is standing right next to me as I'm speaking. And as she's turning around and collecting this thermal image. So once I looked at it and realized that, then I started to try and figure out what this is. Now I know Brian and Chewie are in Brian and Chewie's car, or Brian's car. They're sleeping. Uh, Katie is in her and Evan's car. She is sleeping. She'll wake up and play video games for a while. And I know this because there's an audio recorder right next to where they're parked. Excuse me, I have to get another drink. So the next thing I thought was perhaps that's an owl. And so I went to my thermal footage. Okay, this is off my thermal camera from my vantage point. These are all remnant hits off the vehicles and whatnot. But once I get here, I come to realize, as you're seeing life around that actually there is something there. What it is, I don't know, but I know that's a good hit, and I know everybody's accounted for. Um, Jonathan's down the road. The people that are in their vehicles are in their vehicles. Jen, Baron, Deb, Jim, his friend, and Evan are all with me at the campsite. So I have no answer as to exactly what that is. And it's doesn't look like an owl from this vantage point and looking at it um, as you're staring at it. You can see uh, basically the back end of my truck right there from the line. So, what it is, I don't know. Um, could it be a person? It would be somebody unaccounted for. Could it be something that we're going to hear in a little bit? Maybe. Um, but, that's the thing with thermals. Unless you get a really good close thermal image of something, um, it's just a blob. It is a hot live blob unless you can get close enough to it to properly identify it. And I can't. So all I can tell you for sure is that I do believe that it's a mammal. And one of the things I wanted to make sure is that and roll out in my memory was that uh, Evan and Katie hadn't parked on uh, this side of Jen's vehicle. What you're looking at here is thermal footage from later on in the night. That's Jonathan's truck. All right. That's Jen's car. There's my truck. In between her car and John's truck is the entrance. So, don't have an answer for it. Now, what I did do was I went and I pulled up the audio from that moment in time from the parking lot to play it. Um, you may need earphones. It does sound like there is something moving about, but experience has taught me that oftentimes what sounds like an elephant is actually a mouse. Okay, um, it's hard to tell exactly what it is sometimes in audio, but sounds like something's moving around, and you can hear somebody sleeping in the foreground. I don't know exactly who it is, so yeah, I will say they are much quieter than I am when they sleep.
Cars? There's a rodent.
We'll see what you think of that.
Hold on. Yeah,
Starting to get the thing.
straight ahead. Mine's coming at my 10 o'clock.
This one right here.
No.
That's where I feel like I'm being watched from.
Mm-hmm. Mouth popping 2, 2, 1. There's another long call out there.
You heard that too? Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, right after that. I don't know about you, but I think he's got a response. I'm gonna go wake up Brian.
Looks like a bullfrog sound that way.
Okay.
Something's making a bunch of noise. Okay. Hey, Jonathan. Hey, Jonathan. Did I come across? Hey, are you on the north side or the south side of the road, and are you in the woods? Did you make that out? Okay, Jonathan, I can't make it out, but we think could be something moving around in the south side of the road, the side that we're on, behind you. had a good hit off to my left, and whoever's on the road is on the road. Still a good heat signature off to the left or to the south. Yeah, there's something over there about, I don't know, head height. I see it pop out every now and then.
Head height.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's, I can't say it's not like a tree rat or something, you know. I'm not hearing the squeak, so I'm not hearing any animal vocalizations.
Should I try flushing it out?
What's that?
You want me to see if I can flush it out?
Let's see if I can get around it. You know, maybe I can push it. Say again? I didn't hear you. I missed it. Where'd it come from? Was that you guys? Son of a bitch. Okay, I definitely have something of size out in front of me. Jonathan, are you on the move? I got a good hit up on the road. Damn it, now I got it.
Okay, so as I'm walking through the woods, to me it sounds like an animal in distress, like possibly a fawn, a deer fawn. They do make a very similar sound. I'll play some of that for you. I'm thinking it was an animal under distress. I'll play what they heard and what they was thinking at the campsite, but I think we have a positive ID. So that's what I was hearing at the campground. This is what they heard at the campsite. Okay, so then I hop over to my iHunt app. And this is where I'm telling you back away from the speaker a little bit. I want you to hear it. Like I said, I thought at first, and I heard it, that maybe this might be a deer fawn under distress. And, I'll spare you the rest of that because it's actually kind of long. And the only sound that's even remotely, although it's much higher pitch, is when a rabbit bawls. And it's almost like nails on a chalkboard. But yeah, but then I switch to listening to the audio from the speaker out in the parking lot, excuse me, microphone out in the parking lot. That is a Deity microphone. Um, they're very cost effective. You can find them on Amazon for about $30. I have been blown away with that microphone so far. So I'm going to play it, and it's going to tell us pretty much what our culprit is.
I got no idea what I just recorded.
Yeah, that was odd, wasn't it?
You hear those sounds?
It was like it might have been an owl. It might have been an owl. It sounded canine.
Yeah, either a canine in distress or
Can you let them do a coyote?
yeah, it's either. I'm gonna head down to Jonathan.
Yeah.
Evan's gonna do a coyote call. I'm gonna head down to Jonathan. I mean, you heard that, right?
What's that?
Well, Evan just made a coyote call. And I was down in there. I hadn't recorded something. I don't know what it is. Audio-wise, it is. I'm not familiar with the sound that I recorded.
Will you be able to replay that sound?
Yeah, should be able to. Wouldn't be the easiest way of doing this.
That sounded like silent distress.
Yeah, it
That
sounded
sounded
like.
like something getting freaking killed.
Yeah, it did. But it's like right in here. See if we can chase it down. If we can get Jonathan going. Because freaking Jonathan, all you have to do is like. The guy's an absolute machine. A lot of flying squirrels out there.
Oh yeah.
Jonathan never came up, right?
I'm surprised.
And you didn't walk any further down the road than you did, right?
No.
Okay, because there was something on the road. Because I turned around and about jumped out of my skin. I turned around and about jumped out of my damn skin.
Does that somehow sound like an owl?
No, it didn't. It didn't sound like an owl. Nope. Varmint hit? Yep, varmint. But yeah, I turned around and I just started right in front of me.
He's flashing his lights over there. I'm gonna try another coyote owl.
Coyote call in 3, 2, 1.
You see that?
What's that?
That.
No.
Is that a twist? That might be a twist. Oh yeah, it is. That looks like a twist. That looks like it was bent around and brought down. Potentially, I'm not sure. I don't want to say that's something I didn't see it do it.
Because I know Jonathan was here enough. I don't know if he took off into the woods or not. There's another short call.
Whereabouts?
I'm not certain.
Whereabouts?
I'm not certain. Way on here. What is this here?
I don't know if that one works. It's the other one that works. And take this. Hold your apparatus here. I don't know where to hold it.
Okay, Tim. Go right down here.
Right here, right here.
Yep.
Alright.
Record that. What do you hear?
Go ahead and listen. Where the hell is that? Why is this thing all up on you? Oh, I see. Now you can take that and start pointing it anywhere out there. When I was over here before, I could hear something walking right off of wherever, walking right over that way. The second I walked back across the road, right here, something scurried and took off that way.
That's about, sounds like something jumped right up here. There you go, Evan. We get,
You want to swap back?
yeah. Give Evan.
I'll tell you what, if you had this thing by yourself for a half an hour, you'd probably throw all that stuff out.
Probably.
Bullshit, yeah.
I about jumped out of my skin over here.
Right there. It's right there. I told you. Something right here, though.
Well, there was something in here when we came down earlier.
There's two separate ones.
Yeah, whenever we came down, there was two something or others messing around back there, but I couldn't see what they were. And it looked like I had a couple good hits. I can hear something moving in there.
It was right up close. The second I walked across the road and turned this thing on, it scurried right back off.
Well, you want to go after it? The trail's right behind us. What am I doing on power? 78. Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. It just did like if you snapped your fingers 3 times.
howling? No. Is that what you're getting?
Now I am. I mean, I'm hearing a long howl. That's got to be another Bigfooter.
I thought it was a coyote.
It could have been.
It sounds like a horny coyote. That's what I thought it was. I thought it was maybe one of their feet.
Did you hear one earlier? It sounded like it was in pain or anything?
Yeah. Did you hear that?
I thought that just one of you guys up there were making sounds. I heard it.
No, that was nuts. And then it like faded into like an owl call.
Yeah.
Would you be opposed to a giant coyote?
There's another hat. Yeah.
Right there.
2 of them. Stay. Where'd he go, John? Stay here. It opens up a little bit over here on my left.
You want to know something else crazy? Is this last movement that I heard, I could hear a dog chain.
Dog
so
chain?
Be careful.
Okay.
I just heard a chain.
All right.
I did.
Other side, other side, other side, other side, other side. Oh, we got something hot over there. Yeah. Just hit the wrong damn button. Okay. It's giving me a profile. I just turned around and I heard this whoa, or chua or something like that.
Okay, you got one?
I don't know what it is.
Can I take a look?
It's gone now. I mean, it's right in there. You're a little bit taller than me, so you don't have a different perspective.
Thank you.
That was a good hit. Like right and straight in that way.
Are you recording?
Yeah. You should see a little record light up there.
Yep.
Right? Oh, sorry.
That's alright. Oh, you got red down there. Right down there.
You got a shape?
We got Bright red. Is that a car?
Shouldn't
Oh, it's
be.
on the move. It's on the move.
There's nothing else down that way.
Yeah, we got red down there. It was bright red.
Now we gotta. No, this will give you some residual.
You see it?
No, I see some residual down here off the.
Oh no, it's bright red, so someone wants to. Is that a transformer down there?
We'll have to play that because when I turned around, I had two hot spots up here around that tree. And just heard that hooah. See if Jonathan's still on. There was something going on back in there.
Hey! Hey! We got.
It was Jonathan just yelled out.
What's up?
Whatever it is, fucking right here.
What's that? Oh,
Motherfucker.
what happened?
Scared the living fuck right out of me, man.
What was it?
I don't know. I can't fucking see it, but I can hear it, and it steps, and it fucking breaks branches. Like when I mean breaks branches, I mean breaks branches like you guys.